In the previous class, we have discussed on the types of collection system. In that, we have discussed on what is a hauled container system and what is a stationary container system, including the drawings. Okay, what is the work of your hauled container system? How it processes, how it does a work. That we have seen how the stationary container system, how it is going to work. That we have studied in the last class. In today's class, we will be solving the problem on the hauled container system and stationary container system. So first of all, we will be seeing, before going to the problem, first of all we'll be seeing the things, what kind of a things will be asked in your exam, that we will discuss, and the related to your what kind of a problem we need to solve. Related to that, we will be having some of the equation. Today we'll learn those meaning of those particular equations, and then we will see what is going to be asked in your main exam. So today we are going to cover regarding the hauled container system and the problems related with it. In hauled container system, we will be using some of these formulas, whatever it is coming in front of your screen. These formula we will be using it. The first formula in this, what we are going to use is the pickup time per trip. Right now, what is this pickup time per trip? The pickup time per trip, it is going to have, for a hauled container system, it is going to have the three contents in it. One is PC plus UC and DBC. These, including these three together, we call it as the pickup time per trip. Now, what is this PHCS? It is a notation for the pickup time for hauled container system, that is PHCS. That we are going to utilize it with the help of a notation PHCS. PC, it is nothing but the time required to pick up the loaded container, that is we are going to measure in terms of hour per trip. Okay, then UC, time required to unload the container, that is again hour per trip. Okay, the meaning of PC is the time required to pick up the loaded container. For example, here some container is there. Okay, at one particular collection center, one particular dustbin is there, then vehicle is going to come to collect that particular waste, that particular container. Then what is PC is the time required to pick up the loaded container. How much time is required to pick up this particular container, that we call it as an PC. Okay, now what is UC? Time required to unload the container. This particular container we are going to unload it. Okay, then what is the time required for that? We call it as the time required to unload the container, that is UC. Now what is DBC? DBC is nothing but the average times between the time spent between the container. Okay, now here from one container to the another container, how much time it is going to require to travel in between them is nothing but called as an DBC. Okay, so average time spent between the container. Okay, the container locations. Then we will be using the second formula, we call it as an time required per trip. Okay, time required to per trip. Okay, how we calculate is we will be using PHCS, that is the pickup time per trip, plus S plus A plus BX. Now, what is this PHCS? We already came to know about it. Now, what is S, what is A, what is B, what is X? We need to know it. Now, the S is nothing but at a site per time. Okay, in this PHCS is nothing but the pickup time per trip. We already know it. At a site time per trip, the value of this will be, it is normally it is 0.133. Okay, for a system it is normally this S value will be 0.133. It is from one of the tabular column, that the S value we will be getting it. So we need to remember that S value will be 0.133, that is hour per trip. Then A is nothing but the constant. A and B, both here A and B are nothing but the constant. It depends on the velocity of the vehicle or the speed of the vehicle. Now here, if the speed is around 88 km per hour, the speed of the vehicle, that whichever the vehicle it is carrying the solid waste with it, the dependent upon its speed, we are going to have this A and B value. Now if the speed of the vehicle is 88 km/h, then A value will be 0.016, B value will be 0.011, and 72 km/h, okay, then it is going to have A value will be 0.022, B is 0.014, and if the speed is 56 km/h, then A will be 0.034, B will be 0.018, and if the speed is 40 km/h, then A will be 0.050 and B will be 0.025. Here this A and B are nothing but the empirical Hall constant, as I have told. Then X is this particular X is it is round of trip Hall distance. That means suppose from A, here one designation A is there and one B is there, right? If the distance between them is from A to B, it is suppose it is 25 kilometer. Okay, then round off means going from A to B and then again coming back to A. That is, we call it as a round off distance. So whenever we will be taking this round off distance, we will be taking the two ways distance. So suppose if it is one way distance is 25, then we will be taking the X value as the 50 kilometers. So this is an regarding example regarding this particular X. So S is clear, A is clear, and B and X is clear. So again this particular formula is also over. Now in your problems, what will be asked is determine the number of trips made by a vehicle per day. Okay, so now this is nothing but your ND. It is going to be designated by ND. Now here there are some of the things are there. Now here T1 and T2. What is T1? To understand T1 and what is the T2, you need to see this particular diagram once again. Now what is T1 is? T1 is nothing but it is an estimated average time to drive from the garage to the first container. Means whenever the first container your vehicle is going to come from garage to the first container, how much time it is going to take from your garage to the first container, that we call it as the T1. And what is this T2? This is designated as T1, the time required for a container, for the vehicle to come from garage to the first site or the first container. And then T2 is nothing but the time required to T2 is nothing but the time required to reach from the last container to the garage at the end of the day. So this is your T2. From here, from the last container where the vehicle will go, it is going to the garage. So how much time is required in that? That is nothing but we call it as an T2. So this is regarding T1 and T2. Now what is this W? W is nothing but we call it as an off-route factor. It usually is going to vary in between 0.1 to 0.25 hours, but normally we generally take this off-route factor W as 0.15 hour. Okay, so W is clear, H is clear, T1, H is nothing but the number of working hours. Suppose the number of working hours, normally it will be 8 hours. So H will be, normally it will be 8 hours or whatever the working hours they will give, that we need to write it. And T1, T2 is clear, S is clear, A is clear, BX is clear, PHCS is clear. So these are the different formulas that we will be utilized during the solving the problem of for the hauled container system. Now straight away we will be going to solve the problem. Okay, and now we will see the first problem on the hauled container system. Now here in the solid waste from a new industrial park is to be collected in a large container, some of which will be used in conjunction with the stationary compactors. Based on the traffic studied at similar parks, it is estimated that the average time from garage to the first container, that is T1, and from the last container T2 to the garage for each day will be 15 minutes and 20 minutes. Okay, so from T1, that is T1 is nothing but what it is, the time required for a vehicle to travel from garage to the first container, that is T1. And what is T2? T2 is nothing but from the last container to the again to reach the garage, as I have shown in the figure. That is the T1 and T2 are how much? It is 15 minutes and it is 20 minutes respectively. So T1 and T2 we came to know. Now if the average time required between required to drive between the containers is 6 minutes. Okay, now what is this 6 minutes? It is nothing but the average time required to drive between the two containers. As I have told in the diagram, between the two container, what we designate it as, designate it as DBC. So DBC is how much? It is 6 minutes. And one way distance to the disposal site is 25 kilometers. So round distance, it is what? This is what? This is 25 kilometer is nothing but your x. Okay, 2 into 25, because we take the both way distance. So x is nothing but now 50. Speed limit is given. So according to the speed limit, we need to have that a and b value. Okay, from those constant we will take the a and b values. Determine the number of container, okay, that can be emptied per day based on 8-hour working day. So 8-hour h they have given. Okay, w will be normally the off-roof factor, it is 0.15 as I have told. So what they have asked in this particular problem, they have given the time required between T1 and T2, they have given the average time, DBC is given in this problem, the x distance they have given. Now they have told you to determine how much time you require in order to how much containers that is emptied per day based on 8 hours of working. This is what they have asked in the particular problem. Now if you remember that at site time s, that is at site time s, that I have told you that the value of that s will be around 0.133. This is, it is taken from this particular tabular column. Okay, now the pickup time, loaded container and deposit the empty container, that is, this is nothing but PC plus UC. Okay, PC plus UC for a hauled container system, it is 0.4 with having the compaction ratio 2 to 4. Okay, so PC plus UC value is already it is 0.4 for hauled container system. So PC plus UC value we will be taking it as 0.4, and at site time we are going to take it as 0.133 for hauled container system and for stationary container system it is, we are going to take it as 0.1. Okay, so here now the pickup time required per trip we are going to take it by we will be calculating by using the formula PC plus UC plus DBC. Now PC plus UC, it is hour per trip, it is in terms of hour per trip, as in that particular tabular column. How much was the PC plus UC value? PC plus UC value was around 0.4. Okay, now DBC is 0.1. Now how it is 0.1? All the values are in your prior to going to the problem, all the units were in terms of hour per trip. So this is this DBC is in hour. So we need to convert it into it is in minute, we need to convert it into hour. So 1 hour is going to have how many minutes? It is going to have 60 minutes. So 6 minutes, right? 6 minutes, how in if we going to cover it into hour, we will be going to get it as 6 divided by 60. So it is 0.1 hour. So DBC is 0.1 hour. Some more conversions we have made here. It is the T1 and T2 value, it is having 15 minutes, and it is the T2 value is going to have 20 minutes as it is given here. Okay, so if we convert that 15 minutes into and 20 minutes into hour, 1 hour is going to have how minutes? So 60 minutes. So 15 minutes, if we convert it into hour, we are going to get it that even value as 0.125, and 20 minutes if we are going to cover into hour, we are going to have 0.33 hour. So T1 is 0.25 hour, T2 is 0.33 hour. Okay, so again your A and B value, how you have determined it? Now what is your value of your speed limit is how much? Speed limit is, it is, I think, speed limit which here it is how much? Speed limit is 88 km per hour. So for that 88 km hour, what is the A and B value? As I have told in the previous to introduction of the problem, A value will be 0.016, B value will be 0.011. Okay, so A value we are going to take it as 0.016, and B value we are going to take it as 0.011. So pickup time required for per trip is, how we are going to calculate is PC plus UC is 0.4 as I have told shown in that particular tabular column, and DBC is 0.1. Okay, how we have calculated 0.1? 6 divided by 60. So it is 0.1. So 0.4 plus 0.1 both are in terms of hours. Okay, so your hours per trip, so your PHC, that is peak up time per trip, is 0.5 hour per trip. Okay, then the time required per trip, we are going to calculate it by using the formula PHCS. Okay, THCS is equal to PHCS plus S plus A into BX. So PHCS we have calculated it, it is 0.5 hour per trip. S value it is 0.133 as that from that particular tabular column. A for the 88 kmph, A value is 0.016, B value is 0.015, 0.011, and X, that is the both way distance. One way distance is 25 kilometers, so both way distance is the 50. So THCS, how much we are going to get it? We are going to get it as 1.2 hour per trip. So PHCS, that is pickup time per trip, we have calculated, then THCS we have calculated. Now what we have if we go to the theory of the problem, we have determined the first one and we have determined the time required per trip. Now what we need to determine, as it is asked in the problem, determine the number of trips made by the vehicle per day, that we have to determine. The remaining is two things we have determined it. Now remaining is number of trips that can be made per day. Now number of trips that can be made per day is we will be calculating it by using the formula 1 minus W into H, okay, minus T1 plus T2 divided by PHCS. Okay, so 1 we have will keep as it is, minus W. Minus W is off-route factor. Off-route factor, it is going to vary in between 0.15, 0.12, 0.25 hour. So normally we will be taking it as 0.15. In general we will be taking it as 0.15. So we will be keeping it as it is. Now how many working hours are there? H stands for working hours. So H we will be keeping it as 8. And minus, we have calculated this. We have converted this. T1 was 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, if you are going to cover it into hours, it is 0.25 hours, and then T2 it is 20 minutes. So if we convert it into hours, 0.33, and then PHCS we have already calculated from this, right? PHCS will be, it is 1.2 hour per trip. Okay, it is then your THCS we have already calculated it. Either it is PHCS or it is nothing but THCS. So THCS we have already determined here. From here we will be taking it as the value 1.2 hour per trip. So if you simplify, it is number of trips required per day is 5.18 trips per day. It cannot be 0.18 trips per day, so we will be keeping it as 5 trips per day. So this is how we have solved the problem. At first, what we have determined? At first, we have determined the pickup time per trip. We have determined it by using the formula PC plus UC plus DBC. PC plus UC, it is from the table we have got it, and DBC, it is we have calculated the average time required between the two containers. Time spent between the two containers, it is 6 minutes. So 6 divided by 60, we have taken it as 0.1 hour. So here we have written it. Then PC plus UC, it is from the particular tabular column. So PHCS is 0.5 hour per trip. So this is first step is over. Then time required per trip is can be calculated by using the formula PHCS plus S plus A into BX. PHCS we have calculated it 0.5. S is, it is based upon the speed limit. Here the speed limit is given, so we will be calculating it with the help of the speed limit. Speed limit, if S is 0.88 kmph according to the tabular column, A value will be 0.016 and B value will be it is 0.011. Okay, and then X distance is one way distance they have given, it is 25, so both way distance it is 50. So THCS is 1.2 hour per trip. Then at the end, what we have done? At the end, we have calculated determine the number of trips required for a day is 1 minus W into H. W is point off-route factor, right? 8 is working hours. T1 and T2 we have calculated. Then THCS we have calculated as 1.2. So when we calculate it, how many number of trips are required? It is going to require the 5 number of trips. So in the next class, we will be discussing regarding the theory of the stationary container system, and we will be solving one particular problem on the stationary container system. Okay, So that we will be continuing in the next class. Thank you.